Hi, hello and welcome. It's me, it's Whitney. Thank you guys for waiting so long for this next video to come out. It has been a wild, what has it been, 3 weeks, maybe almost a month. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So the last video I put up was talking about how I indeed was going to be doing a bodybuilding contest. I am still on that path, and it's just been a lot. It's May and I have small children, so I don't know if some of you have heard the term Maycember. I heard this a couple years ago, where if you have small kids, May is as busy as the holiday season, like in December. So it's just been so many different things thrown in. It's one of those things where you're like, okay, I have got myself at a comfortable place with my regular routine with my kids and myself and my life and whatever. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, let's do a bodybuilding contest. So let's make sure that our workouts are going to be exponentially bigger, more challenging, longer, more focused. And then let's make sure that we're also meal prepping and doing certain things. So it's like all these little things that just kind of fell, let's say big things that fell in and needed to be adapted into the whole not so perfect everyday life anyway. So it's just been a real big adjustment. It has been a big one for me. It's been a big one for my little family. My spouse is very supportive, but he's like, are you going to get yourself together? He's not saying that, but I feel like that's kind of what he's looking at me like. And I've been feeling that way myself. It's like the challenge of being efficient, because I like to be efficient. I'm not always that way, but I've been looking for ways to be that way. So putting all of this in together, making sure that I have enough protein, the protein is always cooked, that I have enough if I'm eating some vegetables or whatever carb or fat source that I'm having that day, making sure that's always available and ready to go. Always looking forward to what's the day gonna hold? What am I gonna need to be doing? Do I have to have food packed for this? So all of that stuff. And I have been very tired from these workouts. So I apologize for not being on here sooner. It's also that I'm home by myself right now. So what that means is there's no children running around. I'm trying not to put them on this. They're both at school. That's about the end. So I got to figure out the summer and how I'm going to be like, can you take the kids for a little bit while I try to do some videos to update people? Anyway, so it's just been a lot, and I apologize for not scheduling the time to get on here and make another video. But thank you for your patience. So let's just go ahead with that. So I asked in the last video for some feedback from you guys about what you wanted to know about what this looks like. And I've read everything. I responded to people, especially if I made a Facebook post about it on my personal page and my Whitney the Influencer page. So people responded. There were some good things in there. So one of the ones that stood out, because it's a friend of mine that's insanely busy too, and she's in great shape. So, but she wants me to tell the truth, about what this looks like. Truly give us the crap, give us what's going on. So, again, I'm 44. I've got kids that are about to be 7 and 4, 2 boys, and I did a bodybuilding contest 16 years ago. So this is a friend that wanted me to do one with her. It was like, do you want to do it? And I was like, sure. So here we are. Anyway, so it's just the tough part of this has just been adapting those new things in, and not getting too frustrated with myself about not being able to hit the ground running exactly as I wanted to, and that kind of thing, understanding and giving myself a little grace to try to adapt new stuff in, because it's new. And this expectation of we're gonna get it perfect and hit it perfect every time is just insane. So what I've been telling myself in my mind as I'm going through this is, this is going to be in October, early October. This is 2025 when I'm recording this. And right now it's mid-May, we just had Mother's Day. So I'm doing my absolute best to make sure that I'm eating like I'm supposed to, that I'm getting my workouts in like I'm supposed to, I'm resting like I'm supposed to. Is it going to look perfect? No, there is no such thing. My favorite saying is, perfect is a word, not a reality. None of us live there. That's not such a thing. But what I am going to do is my best. And my best kind of looks different every day. Some days I'm more tired. Some days I'm really gung-ho. Some days I'm more frazzled. It just depends on the day as to what's going on. And I get in my workouts to the best of my ability. And sometimes that's not so pretty, depending on, I've got pain. I have hip pain. I've got different things happening in my body. I'm always trying to work around or work through and make sure I'm not injuring myself, and that kind of stuff. So my deal is with my friend that I'm doing this with is we're doing the best that we can do. She's got a really busy life too with kids that are older and just having to do all the things in her life. And, you do the best you can. And my goal is to have the best, my best that I can do is going to show up on that stage that day. And that's going to be it. And my competition is myself. I want to do this for me. Of course, it'd be really cool to place in a high placing and whatever on that show. And I'm going to do my best to pose well, which is a whole different story, to eat well, to work out hard, to do the best I can to show up well for that contest. But truly in the end, it's for me. So it is hard. You get so irritated with, I'm exhausted and I want the kids to go to bed, and you're just you're losing your temper with them, or you're just why are you, if y'all have little kids, you just know it's why don't you just eat? What is the deal? Can you just eat food in a 45-minute window instead of an hour and 15 or an hour and a half? I don't understand how fast I want to scarf down food, of course. And they're just lollygagging and all over the place. So it's just the balancing of all of those things and having to put my own stuff in on top of that. But still, make the time to enjoy life, to enjoy the kids. I'm trying to get sunlight. I'm trying to get downtime. So just saying to myself every day, I was do your best. Do your best. And that's all I can do. And I have to be okay at the end of the day. So as long as I can look back and say, okay, I did my best. Or there's days where I'm I need a little extra rest. Whatever the case might be. I'm making sure that I'm doing what I can. I've got high heel shoes that I have to wear, these little clear heels or whatever. So part of what I have to do is pose. And my coach has sent me a video, a couple of videos kind of showing me the poses and all that kind of stuff. She's okay, so after every workout now, you're going to run through this 5 times. And I'm oh, and the posing is painful, y'all. It is so unnatural. Your hip is all shifting forward. Your body's twisting in a whole bunch of different weird ways. It's just arm here and arm here, and then doing this and then turn around. So it's just kind of an awkward learning curve. And I'm I need all the stretching that I can get to be able to put my body in those positions. She's it gets better as you go on. So I'm okay. So I've even today, I went to go do my workout today. I had a client that I had to take today. So I had to be home from the gym at a certain time. Thankfully, some of the stuff I did at the gym was, I had to do some of it where I had needed to use some certain weights. And then a lot of it was floor work, band work today. So I was able to bring that home and do it downstairs, which was really nice. And then stop, I think I had 3 sets left. So I had to stop and go get on my computer and work with my client for about 30, 45 minutes, and then came back out and finished my workout. So I'm talking to you guys right now between finishing my workout and I'm about to get those heels on in a few minutes and pose. So I'm not quite ready to show y'all that for sure. It's a little much right now. And of course I'm doing these videos raw. I don't edit anything. I'm not taking my phone in the gym, recording my workouts and stuff like that. I'm trying to be so focused when I'm there. I have a lot of people that I know and love at the gym, and I'm already trying to not talk to them. I have to get a shirt printed up that says I love you, but I can't. In meaning I can't talk, I've got to work out. So I have a hard time not socializing because I love those people there. But I'm focused in there, so I'm not taking my phone in to record anything. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all are wanting to know what that looks like. If that's the thing you want to know what it looks like, I can maybe run you through some workout routines that I'm doing, what my split might be. I don't know. So I have 2 rest days a week and I have 5 days a week that I'm working out. It's always except for one of the 5 days, there is a lower body part included in what I do. So 4 days a week have something to do with legs or glutes. And then there's one day that I have shoulders back. So it's leg glutes plus shoulders or core or back or, a little chest workout, certain things like that. But it's always lower body paired with a little something upper. And then one day that I have upper body workout. My 2 days of rest that I take, I split those. So sometimes depending on what the workouts look like that week, sometimes I'll work out 2-3 days and I'll take a rest, or sometimes it's 2 days and I take a rest. So I split it up to have a little rest in between so I can recover a little bit more. My cardio, I really, right now, since we're so early on, we're still trying to just push myself in the gym and maintain what I do have. So I just have like a warm up of 15 minutes on the Stairmaster or whatever, and then I do my workout. So right now, cardio has not been added in. And as we go along, what will happen is my calories will start to move down because we have to pull fat off our body to see the muscles and stuff. So we're starting to pull the fat down, starting with food. And also as we get closer, as my body's needing to respond more and more, I'm sure that as the calories are kind of going down, the cardio is also kind of coming in and coming up, because we are looking to get down to a certain body fat percentage or a look, depending on what that looks like. So that's going to be a transition as I move over time. Right now, I'm maintaining a certain body weight, but it's going to start here pretty soon, probably in the next couple of weeks, that we're going to start transitioning that and slowly start to cut body fat. So I'm guessing that by the time I'm on stage, and this is a guesstimate, y'all, that I haven't done all the numbers to look at it, I will probably lose 25 pounds at least of fat, maybe a little more than 25. I'm sitting right below 140 right now. So to get on stage and show everything that's there, it's gonna require a lot of fat to come off. So I gotta work toward that. And that's fine. It's not a place that you stay, guys. So just so you know, it's a place where you go, you show your muscle, you put more food back into your body, and you get back up to a body fat that feels good for you, that's good to maintain. So that process is a process, and you look different as you go into it and as you come out of it. You want to do it in a healthy way. So that is the goal. You talk about like being in a tiny bikini that's literally a scrap of fabric. Quite scary. We met somebody just recently that has a bunch of bikinis, me and my friend that are competing. And she's like, yeah, I'll let you borrow some and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, where is this going on your body? And it is tiny. And I told you guys I have 2 babies. So I had one at 37 and one at 40 years old. And this little mom bod situation, like my stomach, we all know if you have babies, some of us are very fortunate enough that our skin just comes right back on in. Some people have stretch marks, some people have loose skin. We're all different. It's all fine because it's just part of life. But yeah, you go, oh, my tummy, it used to be so cute. Like there's a whole thing that you do mentally with that. And I'm definitely dealing with that myself. You know, I've been up and down in weight. When you breastfeed kids, y'all know, you ladies know that have had children that have breastfed, you expand, contract, do all this stuff. So these things are going to be something that I got to deal with and put them in a bikini and glue them in or whatever the case is going to be. There's a lot of strange things that happen with this, y'all. So anyway, I do. My belly, my mommy tummy I have loose skin. I have some stretch marks, but they're the same color as my skin. So I'm not really too concerned about that. They're not like wildly different, but I have loose skin on my belly. And it's enough to where it's like, ooh, what can I do with that? But it's just a part of what happened when I had children. And so it is what it is on my body. I'm just taking care of what I can the most, which is building the muscle and then dieting where I can, see the muscle so the fat's going to come off. So I've got extra skin. So we just do what we can do. We are going to be super tan on stage, and you just do the best that you can. They're judging you on, what you show and how your muscles look and your genetic, how you're built, all that stuff. But they're not necessarily looking at that extra skin. They know that women have that after having children, and everybody's different. So thankful that that's not a thing. But it's still you're still a little self-conscious, especially if you had such a cute little tummy for so long. And that's kind of where I was. I had that, but then I had these beautiful kids, and that's just what came along with it. So I'm working through that. So eventually I'll probably put some kind of a video on here of me in some kind of a posing something, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. But right now I'm just kind of giving you the real deal about me diving into this and struggling to pull it all together. And I'm trying to form that to make it make sense the best I can and fit it in and be focused and be able to still have the time with my kids and still have the time with my spouse and have some sanity, do some self-care, because this does take a lot of time. It takes a lot of your day. And literally I'm about to say goodbye on here. I'm going to put my shoes on. I'm going to watch my posing videos and practice that several times. And I promise eventually I'll show y'all where I am. I mean, like, here's my, I don't know, the light's not all that great. I got some muscle. It's still there. But we got to work now to be able to show it more and more. So that's the next steps, guys. I hope this was like helpful. and it gave you a little bit of insight. I know it wasn't like too in depth, but that's kind of where I am right now. It's just like making sure I get the food in, making sure I get my water in, just doing the things that check off the list right now. And that's kind of the only place I can stand to be. I'm just going to be making it more efficient as time goes on. But any of you that are out there that are watching this that are like, I've never really lifted a weight. I've never really done anything like that. Like, ooh, I don't know. You're kind of nervous or whatever the case might be. Thankfully, there's more and more and more women lifting in the gym. I've been in a gym for 20 something years now, 24, 25, almost 25 years. I never really paid attention that there was or wasn't a bunch of women, or that it was all guys or whatever. I just went in there for myself. It was for me. It wasn't for anybody else. And that's one of the things I want to make sure that you guys out there know, that you don't have to build muscle to a state that you think you got to build it to get on stage. And let me tell you, it takes years. And some of those women in some of the federations where they're not drug tested are taking drugs to get to that level. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort to build even what I have. So you're not going to look bulky. You're not going to look scary. You're not going to look like a man. There's just like, it is wild that that's still perpetuated out there. And I've been doing this a very long time. And women are still a little intimidated, but I want to help people with not being scared to do that. And everybody starts somewhere. I just talked to my client today and I'm like, I know that you have never really done weightlifting at all. I said, but it is the organ of longevity. The more muscle you have on the body, the more you're going to enjoy your life, the less injury you're going to have over the course of your life, you're going to be able to do things for longer. You're going to be happier. You're going to be able to live fully. So having those muscles and being able to do the things is super important. So if you've never lifted weights before, please know it's never too late to start. And please don't be intimidated by people at the gym. There's a guy that goes to my gym, is a huge man with a giant beard, tattoos and whatever. He is the nicest person. And I'm going to tell you, if you were to get into a gym environment, a lot of times some of these big, scary guys are some of the sweetest people. And people are in there, a lot of times they're so nice, they're willing to help. And I just don't want people to be intimidated, because the more muscle you have on your body, the longer you're gonna live, the happier you're gonna be, the better quality of life you're gonna have. So, period. So if you have questions about that or want to know, please let me know. And hopefully this gave you a little bit of insight to what's been going on. I will give more as time goes on. And if you want to see me filming certain things, let me know. Otherwise, it's going to be me in here. And eventually you'll see like more of me. But it'll be me in here kind of just chatting with you guys and giving you the lowdown via, what is this? Just sitting and having a conversation, just one-on-one kind of a thing. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope this helped. I hope this was interesting or meaningful. And there's more to come. I'm going to look at your responses and see what else you guys kind of wanted to know about. So anyway, y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all later.